Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with a Pokemon sales data video. A couple of things to go over today. I did get in the mail that first edition Misty's Gyarados PSA 10 and first edition Sabrina's Alakazam PSA 10, both from Gym Challenge. Super love those. Some personal sales data. I did sell a pre-release Gyarados from the Rocket set, holographic PSA 9, sold for $41. The next one I'm going to put out, because there's an auction right now, the current bid is $42. I should have checked that before I accepted, but I'll put the next one out for 50, or maybe 55 with 45 is like the best offer deal. Um, so that's just where I am. And again, this where I'm in the hobby. I got 10 of those pre-release Gyaradoses PSA 9 for like 81. It was like $9 each. It came to, which is insane. So Rocket's Mewtwo, first edition PSA 10. This one sold for $900. Now this one, why I think it's still undervalued. I think it's minimum $1,000 card. So when I got it for $850, I was like, yes. Another one sold after that for $800, which I didn't get because I just spent $850 on that card. But there's 183 PSA 10 copies, 252 PSA 9 copies. So it isn't that hard to grade, with it. But it's just it's something that is, I think, very undervalued. It's a lot of history with that card. The card is it's the second Mewtwo. It's a Rockets Mewtwo. That's not just in the game. Oh, it's a Rockets Mewtwo that goes in with the show, the manga, the games, and it's really cool. I think Blaine's Mewtwo would have been cool, but they would have had to do so much explaining with that. They had to shorten the holo. Like the holo, say, is this long usually, and they had to shorten it because the first card ever had 3 attacks, and the 3 attacks took a lot of things, so they had to shorten it. So a lot of history with that card. It's really cool. It's one of my favorites in the set. Moving past that, we had a Shining Charizard first edition PSA 10. Top 4 bids on this was $5,100, $7,000, $7,100, and $7,200 was the winning bid. Now, why did the one the other day get $8,900 and this one gets $7,200? Well, as far as the actual card goes, it looked relatively the same, but on the case, I'm going to guess all of the scratching that I saw on this was on the case. Was maybe a scratch or two on the card? I don't know. It looked like it was on the case. I'm not. I can't really tell. So yeah, there was damage on the case, and that's something where if you want a clean case, you have to send it to PSA. It's like, hey, can you go out and take this out and repackage it? And there's a lot of chance, a lot of risk, and then there's a lot of cost to that too because it's a high ticket item. So moving on past that, we have an Arcanine Black Star promo. The ones that I usually sell for like $90 to $100. A PSA 9 sold for $23.50. I just thought it was an interesting piece of data. We had a Snorlax first edition PSA 9 from the Jungle set, sold for $456. Fortress first edition PSA 9 from, I think that's Neo Genesis, sold for $100. A Hitmontop from, I think it's Neo Discovery. I'm not 100% sure, I'm sorry. First edition PSA 9 though, $113. Magnemite first edition PSA 9 for $112. Then we have a Politoed first edition PSA 9 for $176. A Wobbuffet first edition PSA 9 for $125. And then we have a Poliwrath first edition PSA 8. This is from Neo Discovery. So this is the one that is base set. You have water, this Poliwrath. I don't know which artwork I like better because the one in base set, Poliwrath looks like a tank. He's like standing there like, oh, like he's ready to go. Like he's just like a brick wall. And in the Poliwrath in Neo Discovery, it's kind of an action shot. It's like in the side. It looks like it's ready to like slap a hoe. And if anyone follows Pokemon on Twitter, the last couple of days they had, all right, so it's Poliwag doing his thing, Poliwhirl doing his thing, and then Poliwrath slapping bitches. It's really cool. It's really fun to see. Pokemon just does fun stuff like that on Twitter. I follow them. It's really cool. But either way, this is a PSA 8, and it got $70. So you've seen a lot of PSA 9s get around 100-ish. But Poliwrath from Neo Discovery, which I think people are sleeping on the set. So that's a really cool price point because if it's an 8 that people are sleeping on and is getting I want to say 60% of what the 9 is getting, or what the 9s normally get. I don't know what this 9 would go for, maybe 150. Either way, I think it's a really cool card. I like it. And I'm going to tell you, like, I don't have this card. I want it. I don't have it. Like Rockets Mute, like something that some people do. They say like I want to. My goal is to tell you which cards I have, which cards I don't have, and a lot of times I'm just bad at doing that because I have a lot of data. Rockets Mewtwo I have. Shining Charizard I do not have. I don't have any of these. The Poliwrath I really want. Think is undervalued. I do not have it. I just think that just gives another level of transparency with what I'm doing. Dark Slowbro, first edition PSA 9, $84. Do not have that. It's okay card. Actually, no, I do have the card. I sent it when I bought that Giant Rocket set. I sent it to PSA. It's not bad. It'll be back in like 6 months. We have a Raichu base set, first edition PSA 9, sold for $1,250. I do not have that card. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. I do have this card. First edition PSA 10, sold for $400. I think that is a record price point. Giovanni's Nidoking, first edition PSA 10. I have this card as well. I have a couple of these cards. I actually have a couple of Raichus as well. Sorry. First edition PSA 10, sold for $450. Oh god, I just had White Castle. It's coming back to bite me. No, speed this up here. Rockets Hitmonchan, which I do have. First edition PSA 10, sold for $450. I think I saw one sold the other day for $500. I think that's undervalued. Even at $500, I think like, all right, that's a really good price point. There's a lot of room to grow with this. Shining Raichu, first edition PSA 10, which I bought for $2,000 a couple weeks ago. This one had also sold for $2,000. In between the time that I bought one for $2,000 and this one sold for $2,000, one sold for $1,500, one sold for $1,800. So I paid a record price point, saw a retrace, went up, and now it's back into where it was. I still think that's undervalued. If I had more money, I would buy it, but I don't. I'm going to put on eBay, on my eBay store, that other pre-release Dark Gyarados, PSA 9, Hollow, 55 doll hairs, or best offer. Best offer would be 45 would be the lowest amount I would take. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing. I love you all. I will talk to you later, okay? Bye.